What's up, guys? It's Just Cause here today with a review of the NFL schedule that has just been released. Well, since 8 o'clock at least, 8:30, around that time, it's been released. But I wanted to get it down, review it, get it to the channel. So let's go. Of course, Cardinals. They're going to be starting out the season with the Niners week 1, which I feel like that's going to be a great game. It's on the West Coast, so I feel it's probably a 4:25 game. So, they got a pretty decent, easy schedule compared to what I think. They're probably going to lose at least once to Seahawks and Niners. I'll give my opinion video another time. But they kind of do. They're mostly the AFC East and the NFC East. They're basically playing with a couple of pitch-ins. And, of course, they're division rivals. So, the Falcons' schedule, I feel like it's not that hard. It's definitely beatable. The NFC North is probably not NFC North, but NFC East is probably what's going to be the difficult part for this team. When you got the Eagles and Cowboys. Cowboys are in a predicament right now, so I don't know how I feel about them with Dak Prescott's contract. But also the Bills are a tough team, and yeah, that's basically it. And then you got the Niners and Seahawks. I at least think they're going to lose to the one of those games. So we'll see what happens. Falcons, they face Seattle week 1, which I don't think Atlanta got some additions. They did lose a lot on defense, and I don't know how I'm gonna feel with them facing a whole bunch of the NFC North with the Packers and the Lions. Well, the Lions did make some upgrades. The Vikings and the Packers are what I mainly worry about. And then once again, the Saints and Bucks with Tom Brady and Drew Brees in your division. Oh God, and then you're facing Mahomes in the AFC West. So, to be honest, I don't know how I feel with the Falcons' schedule this season. Moving on, we got the Ravens' schedule. They're going to be kicking off against the Browns week 1. Again, they got a very difficult schedule. They got to face the Texans, mostly the AFC South. They're going to be facing, and the NFC East. Like I said, Cowboys. I don't know how they feel. The Eagles are a pretty decent team. Uh, but the AFC South though, you got the Texans, you got the Titans. You don't know how the Colts are gonna play some weeks. It's a very difficult division. And never mind, you have to play the Steelers, which they're going to be tough, depending on whether or not the Steelers are wanting to be the steel curtain or the wet blanket. But otherwise, I don't know how I want to feel. Like I said, I'll do my prediction video on records towards later on before the season starts. But for right now, I'm just going to judge schedules. The Bills are starting off against the Jets. I feel like I don't know how I feel about the Jets. When I get to the Jets, I'll give my opinion on the Jets currently. But, again, they're facing a lot of the AFC West and the NFC West. So it's going to be a very difficult when you got the Seahawks. You have to play Seahawks and Niners and the Cardinals, and then never mind. You have the Chiefs thrown in there. It's going to be very difficult for them. I feel like they can overcome. I feel like early on they're going to be the winning the division since Tom Brady's no longer in that division. But we're going to move on here to the Panthers. They're going to be kicking off against the Raiders. Panthers are currently in a little bit of trouble right now with their core. Like, they did get Bridgewater, but they don't have receivers, my guy. And I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about them losing Kuechly, and they didn't really get a replacement. They got a D tackle, but I don't know how about their replacement though, which is going to suck. I feel like the Panthers might be tanking this season. I think it actually might be a better idea for you to tank, all Panthers fans out there. Especially when you have, again, Drew Brees and Tom Brady in your division. You have to face them twice a year. Never mind, you're playing mostly the AFC West. with the Chiefs and the Chargers. I don't know how the Chargers are going to do with Tyrod Taylor. I don't know how the Broncos are going to do with Drew Lock and Jerry Jeudy. So, like I said, I don't know how I feel. You're going to be having a lot of trouble. Never mind, you also have the NFC North to worry about with the Packers and the Vikings. So, but we're going to move on here. I don't know how I feel about them so far. But let's go to the Bengals. The Bengals going to be kicking it off against the Chargers. Again, they drafted Joe Burrow, which I highly praise Joe Burrow. He had an outstanding season at LSU. I'm kind of interested to see how is he going to transition into the NFL. He's going to begin against the Chargers, which Chargers, with a healthy Desmond King and Derwin James, never mind Joey Bosa. I feel like the Bengals might struggle week one. Like, I don't know how the defense is doing either. Their schedule again, the AFC North is going to be playing the NFC South and NFC East and the AFC South. So I don't know how they're going to do this season, but it might be a tough one for the Bengals. Next, the Bears. They're kicking off week one against the Lions. Well, they got a couple primetime games this season. I didn't mention people's primetime games, but in blue, there is the Thursday night football games. The red is the Monday night football games, and the yellow is the Sunday night football games. So the Bears, of course, you're facing the NFC South, which is basically the Bucks, which you're facing Tom Brady. You're facing Drew Brees as well, and the quarterback situation currently. We don't even know if it's going to be Nick Foles or Mitchell Trubisky. It's too early in the year to judge that, but we're just going to move on. I don't know how I feel about them. The Browns, they're kicking off against the Ravens. The Browns really struggled last season. They really did. Knowing that you had a head coach, that the head coach didn't play well, didn't do well. Plus, also Baker didn't have a line. He did not really have a line. But since they got an upgrade this season, with drafting a tackle and getting Conklin, they did lose Schobert, which is going to be a big worry for this season if they're going to get that linebacking core. I feel like right now their only decision right now is they're going to have to sign Clowney if they want that linebacker core, and they might have to go to a blitz package on defense. When you have Clowney and Garrett on the edges, two elite pass rushers to get to the quarterback, I feel like that would help the Browns right now, but I don't know. I feel like they might do decent this year. Cowboys, they're going to start Sunday night against the Rams. Again, I don't know how I feel right now with the Cowboys, with Dak Prescott. Yeah, you signed Amari Cooper to a big contract, and you signed Zeke to a big contract, and that's going to be that's the problem why Dak Prescott's in this situation. You signed two big players to two big money contracts. They don't have the biggest contract for the third, and it's the main position in football. I feel like Jerry Jones messed up on this situation. They signed Andy Dalton, which I don't know if Andy Dalton would even start. I think Jerry Jones would be like, you know what, we'll start him anyway. Also, the Cowboys have the most primetime games of the season with 6. So, of course, Thanksgiving against the Redskins. So, let's see what happens. Next up, the Broncos. Monday night. They're probably going to be the second Monday night game because they're on the West Coast. So, they're going to be the second Monday night game around like 10:20 against the Titans. The Broncos, they drafted Jerry Jeudy. They got Drew Lock, and I don't know how I feel about Drew Lock right now. He's just starting, and they went 7-9, so it's a decent record with a rookie quarterback. It's just right now the Broncos are in a division where the Chiefs are probably going to dominate. So right now, at best, they probably should shoot for a wild card, or try to get wild card, or just tank. It's going to be one of those seasons for the Broncos. Lions starting out the season against the Bears. The Lions did get some upgrades. I don't know. They got Okuda. And then, of course, they signed former Patriots players because, of course, the Lions have to be the Patriots. But I don't know how I'm going to feel this season with the Lions. Like, Matt Patricia, I think, is the reason why they're getting held back a lot. So, we'll see this season. We'll go to the Packers here. We're trying to get good time on this video. As you can look, they got like 5 primetime games, 3 Sunday night games. Wow. They're going to be starting off against the Vikings, which this will be a heavy-hitting game right here. This would be the game I would watch out week 1. Vikings and Packers. Week 1, both teams are pretty good. It's going to be basically a battle, I think, between the Vikings and Packers for this division. So, we'll see. We'll see when the time comes. Now, Texans going to be facing the Chiefs Thursday night, September 10th, the first game of the season. The Texans, Bill O'Brien. I don't know how to feel if you're Deshaun Watson. You get your best receiver on the team's been traded, and it's like, what in the world can you do about it? It's like, you got David Johnson, which doesn't help you much. He hasn't been good for like 3 seasons. This whole team's going to be carried on the back of Deshaun Watson. The defense should be good. I think they may have studs there. We're gonna have to look. We're gonna have to watch out for it. But the Texans, if they don't win the division, it might be the Titans. Because, like I said, it's going to be a toss-up. Let's go to the other people in the division, the Colts. They're facing Jaguars week 1. The Colts, Jacoby Brissett, don't know. But then they bring in Phillip Rivers. Then you're thinking, oh, this is going to be a playoff team now. You got T.Y., you got Phillip, you got Marlon Mack in the backfield. Yo, Indy should go to the playoffs. They got killer defense, a good offensive line. I'm kind of agreeing. The problem is Phillip Rivers throws a lot of interceptions. And I don't know how much that's going to get in the way. Like, Phillip Rivers is one of those guys where it's clutch time. You're down by a touchdown. He's got to drive you down the field. And more likely, like, 80% of the time, he's throwing picks. I don't know, Indy. I'm not sure about you. I'm really not sure about you. Kansas City facing off against Houston, like we said, the first game of the season Thursday night. Will the Chiefs have a slump after winning the Super Bowl? That's a question mark on everybody's mind right now. And I don't know, is Patrick Mahomes one of those guys that wins the Super Bowl and then just freezes up the season after? I don't know. We're going to see, though. I feel like they might win the division, though. Chargers opening up against the Bengals. Chargers, a whole bunch of question marks. They got defense, but they do not have offense. They have Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, but you have Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor is a decent quarterback, but it's kind of questioning. You got Herbert in the draft for Oregon, but you're gonna have to have time for him to mature. So, sorry Tua didn't fall into your lap, but it's kind of sad. The other Los Angeles team, the Rams, they're going to face the Cowboys in the first Sunday night game of the season. Like I said, the Rams, they took a step back. They lost when they lost the Super Bowl. I felt like they went overboard. I think they fired the defensive coordinator, and that was a step back. And then Jared Goff didn't play well. The offense didn't play well. You didn't have Todd Gurley because Todd Gurley had arthritis for most of the season. So, to be honest, the Rams, they should be decent this year. We'll see, though. Jaguars facing the Colts week 1. Jags, you tank. Just tank. Gardner Minshew, we all know Minshew Mania. That was only for a couple games. So, just tank. I say tank. That's the best thing that the Jaguars can do. Like, they got a very tough schedule. Just tank. That's all I gotta tell you. Just tank. You guys are having so much issues in your organization right now. It's not even funny. Just tank. That's it. Just tank. The Dolphins, they they got some pieces. Byron Jones, Kyle Van Noy on that defense, and then you got Tua in the draft. He's probably going to be behind Fitzpatrick for at least half the season or week 3, but. The Dolphins, I feel like they should be dead last or third in their division. Maybe even second. Depends what the Jets do. But they're scheduled. They're facing the Patriots week 1, which Jared Stankham. We're about to see Stankham versus Ryan right here. Oh, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Oh, God. I can't wait. Vikings plays the Packers week 1. Like I said, the Vikings, they're a good, solid team. I don't know how they're going to fare in this division with the Packers. Like I said, it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a battle for this division. So, like I said, let's see what happens. Patriots facing Dolphins week 1. You have no Tom Brady. Bill Belichick. The season is all on your shoulders. The season is up to you, and see if you can take Jared Stidham, or whatever the fuck your quarterback name is, and see if you can mature him. Like, yeah, your schedule's kind of tough. You got the Bucks. Actually, you don't have the Bucks. You got the Chiefs though. So, I don't know what to feel about you right now. The Saints facing the Bucks week 1. This is going to be the division this year. You won't really want to look at the Saints and the Bucks. Which one is going to win the division? This is going to be what we always wanted: Brady versus Breeze Super Bowl. But now we get them twice a year, maybe even 3 times, depending if they make the playoffs. And like I said, they should win most of their games this season. Looking at their schedule, they got a couple primetime games. They got 5 primetime games. So, you know what? I feel like Saints, they could win the division. They could not. It's going to be up in the air this year. The New York Giants tank. Just tank. You got to face the Steelers week 1, Monday night. It's going to be the first Monday night game since it's on the East Coast. Let's see, you got the Bears, you got the Niners, you got the Rams, Cowboys twice, Eagles twice, Bucks. Just tank. Seahawks, Cardinals, Ravens. Oh, just tank. You're not winning a whole bunch of games this season. I'm sorry. On to the Jets. Now, I can't scroll over to show you most of the Jets' schedule, but Jets are facing the Bills week 1. And I don't know how I feel about Jets. I really don't. They got a couple offensive linemen. They got like 1 wide receiver in the draft, but I'm just not sure about how the Jets play. It's like the first, on average, the first 10 games of the season, they're like 3-7 out of the playoffs, and then like the next 6 games, all of a sudden they want to win all of a sudden, which makes no sense to me. With the Jets, they're horrible for the first 10 games, and then the last 6 games they're like phenomenal. They just want to win. I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about this team. Sam Darnold better not be seeing ghosts this season. That's all I gotta say. The Raiders face Panthers week 1. The Raiders going to Vegas. Are they gonna be a little gambly? They're taking a couple gambles before they went to Vegas, boy. Those draft picks that they had for the last 2 years were gambles. But we'll see. We will see. We will see, though. The Raiders should be at least wild card or second in their division. Eagles facing the Redskins week 1. Eagles, Jalen Hurts? Are you trying to push Carson Wentz out of Philly? I don't know. I don't think that was a good draft move. You got a decent, you got a hard schedule. You got a tough schedule. The NFC East is a very weird division where the winner of the division can go 8-8 or 7-8. So really, it might be just a battle of who can lose less or win more. Who can win more out of like 5-6 or 5-12. Niners face the Cardinals first game of the season. Niners coming off Super Bowl, not winning it, but just an appearance. The Niners are going to look for redemption, but I don't know if they're going to get it. 5 primetime games, 3 of them Sunday night. You're facing the Cardinals, which I say the Cardinals, Niners, and Seahawks are really going to be battling for this division. All 3 of those teams, Cardinals are very underrated, and of course everybody's got the eye on the Seahawks and the Niners. So, like I said, let's see what happens. You got fairly easy schedule. You're facing mostly everybody in the AFC North, not AFC North, but the AFC East. So, to be honest, that's fairly easy. Seahawks facing the Falcons week 1. Again, like I said, Seahawks. You're going to be on top of your division. You're going to be battling with the Niners and Cardinals. That's my prediction. Maybe all 3 teams will meet in the fucking playoffs. Maybe all 3 teams will make it into the playoffs. So, I got 2 Sunday night games, a Monday and a Thursday night. You know, I feel like the Seahawks, especially got Russell Wilson. We don't know the Jadeveon Clowney situation right now. Who's he going to sign with? Right now, it looks like it's either Cleveland, Seattle, or Tennessee. Right now, that's what the highest teams with odds. Cleveland's the only one that's been offered him a contract. So, I don't know. I don't know what you're going to do, Seattle. I really don't know. Pittsburgh, facing Giants week 1, Monday night. Steelers, it's definitely going to be what can Big Ben do when he returns? It's gonna be that. The defense is very rocky. Sometimes it can be the steel curtain. Sometimes it can be a wet blanket. But you know, you don't know what to do. You don't know what to do if you're the Steelers. Right now, I would be building Mason Rudolph up as the backup to Ben or Duck Hodges. Right now, that should be your idea. Right now, Big Ben will probably survive you or help you out for next 2 years. Maybe 3, depends. But Steelers, you gotta make a decision. Gonna have to make a decision soon. Buccaneers facing Saints week 1. Like I said, Tom Brady is now a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. And I don't know. Like I said, we want to see Breeze and Brady Super Bowl. Now we get it 2 times a year. I can't wait to look at this division. This division's going to be a boxing battle right now. And as stacked as Tampa is on offense and defense right now, they look like Super Bowl contender. But I'm not going to jump to conclusions. Not going to jump to conclusions, though. Titans as screw off notification. Titans at the Broncos Monday night. They've surprised all of us. Ryan Tannehill is a quarterback. Like, it must have been Miami's system, but oh my God, Tennessee got a quarterback and a halfback, but they did lose a little bit on defense. Like I said, Logan Ryan, I'm not sure. He said he doesn't want to play for the organization, but I don't know if he still signed it to the organization. Also, trading Jarrell Casey off. I don't know how I feel. The defense did get a little weak, but you know what, Titans? Y'all have surprised us before, and I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't surprise us now. Okay, you definitely can be a playoff contender. The Redskins facing the Eagles week 1. The Redskins, you got I don't like. It's still a question. You got Ron Rivera, but how are you actually gonna do? You like Dwayne Haskins, like he's a good quarterback. Like being an Ohio State fan, he's a great quarterback. But it's just that he hasn't matured yet. You need somebody to like mentor him. Like you got Alex Smith who's trying to recover. Like I'm not saying put Alex Smith on the field non-recovered yet. I'm just saying I have to have Alex Smith on the sideline to coach him or something, or get a veteran quarterback up in there. Like I'm not saying don't throw in RG3 on the Redskins again. Like oh my god, but like Dwayne Haskins, and then you got Chase Young in the draft. I don't know if they signed any other players, but let's hope the Redskins maybe they're probably going to tank, or let's hope the Redskins are going to be good. Never know. And that is the schedule breakdown. We're going to zoom out for all the schedules around the NFL. If you want to look at your team's schedule, comment which teams. Oh, which team is yours, and what if you like your schedule or not. As a Browns fan, I'm not really sure on their schedule. It looks like it's going to be one of the hardest in the league. So I feel like we might not have a good season. But thank y'all for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more. It's Just Cause signing out. Peace.